Mary, I was just wondering if you weren't back yet from going to pick up Laurel. I heard on the TV today that it's supposed to rain soon, and I really need you to bring in all the laundry hanging outside. Do you have any idea when you're going to be getting back home?
Oh, Carrie, it's lovely to hear from you. I'm sorry, but I had to stop at the bank and I completely forgot to bring the laundry before I left. I'll bring it in as soon as I get home though, alright?
I know you will. But that's why I'm asking what time you're going to be home by. And just where are you right now?
I'm actually just picking up Laurel from her preschool right now. Then we have to stop by the grocery store to pick up something for dinner. So, if I had to guess, it would probably be about another hour and a half or so.
You're not going to be here until 3:30? But it's practically going to be dark by then. You need to hurry up and get home as fast as you can, Mary. The laundry is not going to take care of itself.
Right, yeah, sorry about that, Carrie.
By the way, you're done with your period for the month, aren't you?
Yes. It finished just the other day, if you really must know.
Good, then you don't have any excuse to be lazing around the house anymore and complaining so much. Anyways, I guess that means that I can count on you giving me a second grandchild in the next year, yes?
Carrie, we've talked about this before, remember? I'm going to be the one that will carry my second child, so please, just let me worry about the timing of when to get pregnant, okay?
But Laurel is already 4 years old. You really do need to get on having a second child as soon as possible. Unless this is your way of trying to keep kicking the can down the line so that you don't give me a second grandchild.
That's not what's going on at all. All I'm asking is for me to have time to worry about that when I'm ready for it, okay?
It's not a matter of waiting until you feel like it. That could take forever. The second you even think that you might be ready for it, it's the time to dive in. I mean, you don't want a huge age gap between your kids, do you? How are they supposed to get along if they're at completely different stages of their youth? You really need to think more carefully about these things. And you really need to think about having a second child soon, since Laurel is just a girl.
Sorry, what is the problem you have with Laurel being a girl, Carrie?
You mean you really can't figure it out for yourself? What is my family supposed to do if the youngest heir is a girl? We need a boy to pass down my family name and take over all our affairs as everyone gets older. You really think I would trust any of that to a girl? Don't be absurd.
Okay, I guess I can understand where you're coming from with that. But you do realize that even if I do get pregnant with a second child, there is no way to guarantee whether it'll be a boy or a girl, right?
And that's why I'm telling you that you need to start getting pregnant now. You have to start early so that you can keep trying again and again until you finally give me a grandson.
I'm not going to keep having kids until I have a boy just to make you happy, Carrie.
Now you listen to me, young lady. A woman who can't give her husband or mother-in-law a boy is basically useless. Honestly, I'm surprised that you haven't been divorced for not wanting to get pregnant again. Back in my day, men were leaving their women all the time because they couldn't give them the sons they wanted. So I would appreciate it if you could swallow your pride and give your husband and his family what they want.
Well, maybe that was how things went back then, but the times have changed a lot. And if you must know, Daniel and I are very happy with our little Laurel.
You really must have some nerve talking to your own mother-in-law like that. Someone really ought to teach you some respect. Anyways, just hurry up and get pregnant already. That really should be the least that you can do for your family. Don't go patting yourself on the back just because you shut out some useless girl. I want a grandson, and I want one now, understand?
Hello, Carrie. I was just wondering where you are right now.
I'm grabbing a little coffee by the City Met station, if you must know. Then after this, I was going to the movies to see something with a friend of mine.
Right, but Laurel is crying a lot right now.
And what makes you think that that's my problem, huh?
Well, she's telling me that you were saying some horrible things to her and being mean. Did you say something to her while I was busy cleaning the house today?
Oh, I don't know. I was so busy getting ready to start my day, I don't remember every little word I said to her.
You mean that? You really have no idea if you might have said something to upset her.
Of course not. Laurel is just a big crybaby. She would cry even if I looked at her funny. And you're being a bad mother by encouraging this kind of behavior. You really need to set your daughter straight and tell her to grow up.
Carrie, I'm not sure what it was that you said to Laurel, but I'm asking you to please not do that again.
And just what makes you think that I even did anything, huh? Because your little girl said I did? Does Laurel have any proof or any kind of evidence that she's telling the truth? How can you just take a child's word over mine?
Because I really don't think that she's a crybaby who would burst into tears for no reason. And I think that you might have said something to her or been needlessly strict with her, and now she's acting like this. And even before this, I saw when you were playing with Laurel not that long ago. You took her toys from her and threw it across the yard.
Oh, please. It was not like that at all. I just happened to get it caught on my foot and it just went flying. I can't believe that you and your daughter are so willing to attack me like this. I didn't even do anything, and yet I'm being treated like I'm some sort of villain. It's outrageous.
Carrie, I know very much how you feel about only having a granddaughter, but the fact is that Laurel is your granddaughter, okay? Not only that, but she's only 4 years old. Can you please just be a little nice to her?
If you're looking for someone to blame, why don't you try starting with yourself, huh? You gave birth to a daughter, so all of this is your fault anyways. You've always been useless, and you always will be. I wish you would have given me a grandson and not a granddaughter.
So you're telling me that the only reason you're treating Laurel this way is because she's a girl? You really think that you would treat your grandson differently if you had one? I'm sorry, but if that's really the case, I think we might have to rethink living with you.
What did you just say? I can't believe that you would try and threaten me like that. What's the matter with you?
I'm not making a threat, Carrie, but I am saying that I'll have to talk with my husband about how you've been treating our daughter. If you're refusing to even listen to what I have to ask of you in terms of Laurel, then that's on you.
How dare you try and turn my own son against me? It's bad enough having to deal with you and Laurel. This is why I wish that you had a son. Men are so much easier to deal with than women. Can't you just hurry up and get pregnant so I can meet my grandson already?
So you really just hate women in general? Even though you're a woman?
And do you have some kind of problem with that? Just what is wrong with me wanting to have a grandson, huh?
I just mean that I think you would really hurt Laurel's feelings if she knew that the reason you didn't like her was something out of her control. So I'll ask you again to please be nicer to my daughter, or I'll have to talk to Daniel about this.
Mary, come now. When are you going to see that you're making a big mistake here? I mean, this is all your fault because you're the one who hasn't had a son yet. I understand that you're frustrated, but it's no reason to try and take it out on me.
That is not why I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated because you literally said that you don't like your grandchild because she's a girl. I don't see how you having that issue is a problem for anyone else but you. Not only that, but Daniel and I are more than happy with our daughter, okay?
You can tell that to yourself all you want, but I know the truth that you aren't really happy with her. Not only that, but as your mother-in-law, I know that you're being a bad wife right now. If you're not going to give our family a son who can carry on our name, then you're not doing the one job that you have, and I don't see any reason for you to stay in our family.
I am very respectful of your family, Carrie. If it wasn't for all your family's ancestors before you, then I would have never met and married Daniel. But what you were asking for is different. You're asking for a boy to carry down your family name when our daughter can just keep her family name if she wants.
I see that you really just don't get how this works, do you? Maybe I'm just wasting my time trying to get through to you.
I think that on that we can agree. I don't want to be fighting with you either, and especially not about something like this. So I know that it might be a lot to ask, but can you please just take mine and Laurel's feelings a bit more into consideration?
I can do that, but it doesn't seem fair if you don't do the same for me. You're basically asking for me to just fold over and do whatever you say while you don't even care what I have to say in return. And now I'm starting to get mad again. And all because you're trying to make me the bad guy for wanting a grandson.
I don't see why this is worth getting so upset about. If and when Daniel and I want a second kid, we will have one. If it's a son, then great, we'll be happy. If it's a daughter, we'll also be just as happy. I think it's unfair for you to try and impose your wants on our relationship, though.
I am through with you. It's obvious that there's no point in continuing this conversation if you're just going to be so stubborn. But know that I am not going to let you get away with disobeying me so easily. You won't get away with this, Mary.
Hey there, Carrie. I was just wondering where you are right now.
I'm at a friend's house, if you must know. I know that you're sick, which means that I knew I wouldn't be able to count on you for lunch. So I messaged a friend and asked if I could come over to their house and eat with them.
I see. But do you know where Laurel is? I can't seem to find her anywhere. I was just wondering if you didn't take her to your friend's house while I was in bed sick.
No, I didn't take her with me. What would even make you think that? In fact, now that you mention it, I think she just ran off all by herself. I guess she finally understood that nobody wanted her anymore and she left all on her own.
What do you mean she left? Like she ran away from home or something?
That's right, she just ran off. Hopefully never to come back.
Carrie, what is the matter with you? This is a 4-year-old girl that we're talking about here. What if something happens to her?
Don't tell me that you're really going to try and blame me for this too, are you? It's not my fault that your daughter chose to run off by herself. And you were the one in bed and not watching her.
Can you please just tell me which way she went? Did she say if she was going anywhere?
Just what makes you think that I would know any of that, Mary?
Carrie, you tell me where my daughter is right this second. I am serious.
If you were really worried, you wouldn't be wasting your time messaging me. Why don't you go to the police and report your missing daughter? I'm sure it would be faster and more productive than this. Although I don't really care whether or not you find her anyway. Mary, just what do you think you're doing, huh? Are you really going to try and move out of here? Why is Daniel packing up his stuff right now? Tell him to stop right now. You can't do this to me.
What are you talking about, Carrie? Of course we can and we will. You put Laurel in serious danger. We refuse to live under the same roof as you anymore.
But I told you that Laurel was the one that ran off all by herself. I didn't even do anything. Why are you always blaming me for all of your problems?
I heard it all from Laurel herself, Carrie. She told me that you told her that nobody loved her or wanted her, and that she should just leave. How could you say that to a child? I seriously can't believe that you would do something like that. It's just so horrible.
She told you I said that? Well, does she have any proof that I did?
She doesn't need any kind of proof, because both of her parents believe her.
You mean that you're really going to take the word of a 4-year-old over your own mother-in-law? Have you both lost your minds?
Even if Laurel was lying about this, there is plenty of past incidents with you to back up what she's saying. And besides, you're still responsible for not even trying to stop her from running away.
I am telling you that this isn't my fault. You can't just blame me like this. You're really going to pin this on me because your daughter snuck away? What about you? You really think that having a fever and staying in bed isn't just an excuse either?
I accept responsibility for not keeping a better eye on her while I was sick. But I also know that Laurel isn't tall enough to unlock all the locks on the door to our house. Especially the chain at the very top, which had no reason to be undone. So all that means is that someone must have undone it for her before she left.
And you're saying that's me? You can't just accuse people of something that you have no proof for. Besides, maybe I was already gone by the time she ran away. It isn't like you even asked me to look after her for you anyways. I don't see how this is anyone's fault but yours and Laurel's. So quit trying to put the blame on me because I'm sick of it.
Oh, trust me, the feeling is mutual.
And what is that supposed to mean?
It means that I am sick of you and I never want you near my family again. Even Daniel says that he doesn't want to see you anymore. So consider this our way of cutting you out of our lives forever.
Fine, be that way. See if I care. I don't need you or Laurel in my life.
You realize this includes Daniel, don't you? That's why he's packing up his things too?
But he told me that he's just going to be living somewhere else. Although now that I think about it, he's ignored me ever since he told me that and went upstairs to start packing.
He texted me and said that he just doesn't have the strength to respond to you after what you did. That's why he's not talking to you right now.
Tell me, Mary, is this fun for you? Tearing apart families like this when you don't even have any proof of what you're talking about?
If you really think that's what's going on here, then there's no point in having this conversation. I wish that you would just come forward and be mature about this.
You realize that if you move out of my house that you'll have to start paying rent for where you live, right? I know that you already give me a little money each month, but rent is going to be much more expensive.
We've talked about that and we've agreed that it'll still be worth it. Besides, you were the one who asked us to move in with you in the first place. You said that the house was too big for one person and that you were lonely.
I guess I did say that, didn't I?
That's right. And you said that it would be perfect because you could just take care of me while I was pregnant. But obviously all of that changed once I had Laurel. After that, I don't think you ever had a kind word to say to my daughter or I. In fact, you have no idea just how patient I've been with you throughout all of this.
But I told you that if you moved in, that I would want you to give me a grandson, remember? I wasn't being mean, you just didn't hold up your end of the deal.
You have literally had children before. Do you think that you can just decide what your baby comes out as? And do you really think that's an excuse to treat Laurel how you did? You made her cry, and then you chased your only grandchild out of the house because you told her that nobody loved her. If you think that there is any way to come back from that, you are just delusional.
Please, can't we just calm down and talk about this? I mean, she was safe in the end, right?
Don't you dare tell me to calm down after what you did to my daughter. What if she was in an accident, or got kidnapped, or got hurt somehow? Except for the fact that she did get hurt by you.
Okay, geez, I can apologize to her if that'll settle this whole thing between us. Then we can just put this all behind us, right? Is that what you want?
You really think that this is all just going to go away? I don't want you anywhere near my daughter ever again.
But she's my granddaughter. You can't just keep her away from me like that.
Actually, I can and I will. You should stop thinking of yourself as her grandmother because as far as Daniel and I are concerned, you're nothing to any of us.
But I said that I'll apologize. Shouldn't that be enough? What can I do to make you forgive me?
Nothing. I am never going to forgive you, and that's why we're moving out. The only regret I have is that we didn't do this sooner.
But how are you going to find a place to live on such short notice? You can't just move out in a day. Nobody can do that. Please, you don't have to do this.
Thankfully, you don't have to worry about that. That's for Daniel and I to figure out. I don't see any reason why I need to explain anything more to you.
I'm so sorry. I didn't want things to go this way.
It's way too late to try and apologize for what you've done now.
Surely there must be something I can do to set this right, though, right?
No, you've already done enough, thank you very much. If you really want to do good by us and by Laurel, you can leave us alone and never talk to us again. After that, the moving company that we hired arrived and helped us quickly pack and take all of our belongings. It did cost us quite a bit of money, but it was all worth it to get out of living with Carrie. Meanwhile, Carrie tried crying and begging to her son to stay. Daniel had kept quiet that whole time, but his mom's crocodile tears set him off and he really started laying into her. He went off about how he could never forgive Carrie for putting his daughter in harm's way. I heard from some old connections in the neighborhood that ever since we left, Carrie has been a depressed mess and hardly ever leaves the house. But after what she put me and my daughter through, it's difficult for me to have any pity for her. Instead, I'm going to focus on Laurel and make sure that she knows that she is loved and will always be enough.
Hey Mom, how's it going? I'm really sorry to be doing this, but I don't think that I'm going to be able to go back home this summer.
Jason, what a pleasant surprise to hear from you. It's a shame that you're not going to be able to make it, but thank you for telling me. I do appreciate it. I suppose I'll just remember that for when I start to make the plans for us here. We'll really miss you, though.
Yeah, I'm sorry about all of this. I promise to make it up to you and Dad and visit you guys really soon, though. Are you two going to be okay on your own this summer? All that grilling and retired life isn't going to be too much on you, right?
Hey now, it's not like we're senior citizens or something. Your dad and I can move around just fine, thank you very much. Your parents aren't that old yet, you know.
Well, I'm very glad to hear that. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys soon. I feel like it's been forever since we were last able to get together.
I know what you mean, dear, but I suppose it really can't be helped after all, right? I mean, it just seems that you're always so busy with work all the time.
Ugh, you really have no idea. They worked me quite hard over there. And lately we've been working on this project and they've been having me even go on every Saturday for a while now. I feel like I'm hardly even at my own home ever.
Oh wow, that sounds like a lot of work for you. I certainly hope that you're taking care of yourself and not letting yourself run ragged with all that. You know that money can't buy health, don't you? Or at least it can, but only at a very high price. Your dad and I are figuring that out now in our old age.
What are you talking about, Mom? I thought you said you two were still plenty young. But I am taking care of myself, I promise. I just need to take some time off this summer. A break to refresh and give myself a little reset. I was actually thinking of going on a small vacation with my family during then. That's how I won't be able to show up. I already asked for the time off from work.
Oh, Jason, you should have said something. You know that I would never be upset with you for wanting to take a vacation with your family. I just know that little Caleb would love to get a chance to travel around.
I really hope so. It feels like the only times we've ever been able to do anything as a family like this is when he's off school in the summer. So I really hope that we can make this trip work and have a good time. Although lately I have been trying to spend more time with him by playing games and doing stuff like that after school too.
I understand what it's like to be so busy with work that you hardly feel you have any time for anything else. But I am glad that you're at least making time here and there to be with your son.
Well, of course, I would feel awful if I didn't. He doesn't really have anything to do with me being busy. He's just a kid. I really do wish that it was easier to make time to play with him. Not only to be with Caleb, but also just to take some of the burden off of Clara.
You really are a sweet young man, the way you care so much about your family. You're making sure to remember everyone's birthday as well as your anniversary, right?
Of course I remember those. Do you know how much trouble I get in as a dad and husband if I forgot? It's not like we never do anything as a family.
I know, but it's also important to remember to not just be there for each other on the anniversary and birthdays, though. You need to show all your love and gratitude for each other every day.
I know, Mom. I promise that I'll try and make sure my family knows just how much I love them. As for if Claire is actually picking up on those messages is a completely different story, however.
Oh my, did something happen between the two of you? I hope everything's okay.
It's nothing that you need to worry about. I just feel like even more than Caleb, Clara and I haven't got to spend much time together at all.
I know that feeling. It really does get more difficult once a child gets involved. Anyways, you just let me know when your anniversary is, and I'll be more than happy to take Caleb off your hands for the night so that the two of you can do something.
You did it for us last year too, and it really helped, Mom. Maybe I will end up asking you again this year.
Well, anything to help you and Clara. Especially if it means I get to spend more time with my grandson. But you two need your alone time too. I understand that very much.
Thank you so much, Mom. You don't know how great it is knowing that you'll be there for us. Well, I'll let you know what my plans are and if I need to call on you for anything like that.
No problem. Just give me a little heads up so that I can make sure I'm free then as well. But I'll always be here for you when you need me, son. I'm very proud of you. Hello, Clara. I was just wondering if Caleb happened to be at home with you today.
Hi there, Donna. No, sorry. Caleb's away at a friend's house playing right now. Why do you ask? Did you need to talk to him about something?
Oh, I was just curious, since earlier when I was on the phone with Jason, he said that Caleb was there. And anyways, I wanted to ask if Caleb might like some of these fresh vegetables that I've just grown in my garden.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I forget that you really like growing your own food. But you really have enough to give us some?
It's not much, but I thought Caleb might enjoy to see a little gift like that from his grandma. Do you know if he's going to be home tomorrow around noon?
Oh, sorry. You don't actually have to send us anything, you know. I mean, I thought that Jason told you we were all going to go on vacation together, right?
I thought that you all weren't going to be leaving for another week or so. Jason told me that he wouldn't have a problem if I brought them over.
Yes, it isn't going to be for another week, but we already have food that we're trying to get through here so that it doesn't go bad while we're away. I have no idea why Jason would have told you that we wanted even more food, but I guess he probably just told you that without even checking the state of our fridge.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm very sorry for the mix-up then. I didn't mean to inconvenience you with even more food. I just thought that you all might like something fresh from my garden.
No, don't worry about it. I'm sorry for the mix-up.
I suppose in that case I could just bring over the book then. The last time I saw Caleb, we were walking through a bookstore and he kept staring at this one book the whole time. He told me that he read it in school but really liked it and wanted a copy of his own. I bought one for him and wanted to give it to you to give to him.
Okay, well, I guess that's alright as long as it's just a book. But I'm sorry about that. Caleb should know better than to ask for gifts like that. I'll talk to him about better ways to communicate that sort of thing.
No, it's not a problem for me at all. I'm glad that he said something so that I knew what to get him. Please don't be mad at him for that. I thought he talked about the book very sweetly.
You know, Donna, sometimes I worry that you're just a little too soft on Caleb. Maybe you should stop spoiling so much, actually. The thing is, he's been acting up and talking back to me a lot more lately. And I've been thinking that it might have something to do with you always giving him whatever he wants.
Really? Caleb is talking back to you? But that's so odd. I almost can't even picture him acting that way.
I know, but that's because you don't live with him. You just take care of him and go out to do fun things with him. He is a very, very different person once he's home. I've talked to him about his behavior several times, but he just won't listen to me.
I see. Well, I'm very sorry to hear that. I thought that he would act how he is with me while he's at home.
I know, and I wish that were the case, but now he really is starting to take things a little too far. So I want to ask for your help in setting him straight. And I think we need to start by putting a little bit of a space between you and him. Would you mind not calling the house as often? I think that he sees you as a kind of get-out-of-jail-free card. So if he doesn't have you, then you'll just have to start listening to me.
I suppose I could do that. Although I would really miss getting to talk to you all if I couldn't call.
I know, but maybe you could just avoid us entirely for the summer. I think that would be best for everyone. That way, I could just regain a bit of control over my child. You understand, right?
You don't want me to talk to Caleb all summer? But don't you think that's just a little bit excessive? I mean, this might make him act out even more, you know. He is only 2 years old after all. I think it's normal for kids his age to start getting a little more selfish, no?
Oh, I know all about that, don't worry. But I've talked to Jason about this, and we think that it's for the best. So please, if you could help us with this, it would be greatly appreciated.
I see. Well, if that's what you both want me to do, then it's not my place to object, now is it? In that case, I'll just send the book through the mail. I hope that you all have a really nice vacation, though.
Thank you for understanding, Donna. I'll be going now.
Jason, just what is the matter with you all, huh? What are you trying to get at here?
Mom, what are you talking about? Is everything okay? What happened?
I am talking about Caleb, of course. Just what in the world are you and Clara thinking?
What about Caleb? I really have no idea what you're talking about at all.
Are you seriously going to try and play dumb about your own son with me right now? How could you and Clara go on your vacation and leave Caleb at home all by himself? That's so irresponsible of you. Not just you, but Clara, too. How could you both do this to poor, sweet little Caleb?
Wait, what are you talking about? I'm away on a business trip right now, but I thought Clara was going to be taking Caleb on a road trip.
You're on a business trip right now? But that doesn't make sense. I thought you said you'd already asked our company for the time off to take a vacation with everyone, right? I thought that you and Clara had gone and left Caleb here all by himself.
So Caleb really is at the house by... What the heck is going on? I was really hoping that was just some kind of bad joke you were trying to pull.
Why on earth do you think that I would lie about something like this? Are you telling me that you really didn't know your son was here at home all by himself?
I had no idea, I swear. I really thought that he was with his mom on a trip right now. I would have been with him if a coworker of mine hadn't gotten sick. After that, I was called in to take his place on the business trip because there was nobody else there. I really thought that Claire had him, though. What the heck is going on?
I see. So then, I guess if you're away and really had no clue about this, then that means it was Clara who left Caleb here. But I got a phone call from Caleb not that long ago asking if you could come and stay with me for a while.
He called you on the phone all by himself?
I guess he was so scared of being at home all by himself that he felt like he had no other choice but to call me. I asked him what he was doing at home, and that's when he told me that he was there all by himself. I was so confused because I was sure that he was meant to be away on a trip with the rest of you. So that's why I thought that you and Clara had just left Caleb and gone on a trip yourselves.
Well, that's not the case at all. But is Caleb okay? Are you with him now?
Yes, he sounded just fine over the phone. But your dad is driving over to your house now to go and pick him up. I think he should make it there by the late afternoon or so.
I see. I had no idea about any of this. Thank you so much for telling me, Mom. And I'm so sorry that you and Dad are having to take care of this problem while I'm away. I just don't even know what to say.
Well, you don't have to worry about me. It's Caleb who I was really worried for.
I know, but I don't know if I can do this anymore.
Do what? What's the matter, Jason? Is everything okay?
Mom, I'm so sorry to drop this on you all of a sudden, but I'm pretty sure that Claire is cheating on me. I don't have any proof, but I think that it's with someone from my office. I've seen him and her walking and talking together when they didn't know I was there.
You think that Clara is cheating on you? Are you serious? I would have never taken her to be that kind of girl. But that would mean that the reason she left Caleb at home would be to...
That's right. I think that she's going on a trip to be with this other man that she's seeing. I thought that she was acting a bit suspicious, but I didn't want to say anything without any kind of proof, you know?
I don't believe it, though. How could she just leave her poor 2-year-old son all by himself to go and do something like that? It's actually horrible. I don't know what else to call it.
I really thought that I was going to be able to go on this trip with the two of them, but I guess that Clara must have canceled Caleb's reservation and just made it so everything was set up for her to go alone.
It really seems that way, doesn't it? I just don't understand how she could do that to such a sweetie.
This is all my fault. If I didn't agree to go on this stupid business trip, none of this would have ever happened. If I didn't always try to make my job happy, then maybe Clara wouldn't be cheating on me right now.
Jason, please, you really shouldn't be blaming yourself for any of this. If Clara is cheating on you, then that's something that you and her are going to have to talk about as husband and wife. But you are not at fault for leaving your child at home alone like this.
You really think so? I hope so. Anyways, I'm gonna call the office and explain what happened so I can get back home right away.
You really think you're going to be able to come back? I thought that you said that you were the only person in your office had to handle this business trip.
I know, but this is my son we're talking about, and he's home all alone. I'm sure that if I can call the office and tell them exactly what's going on, that they'll understand why I have to go home early. I can't help but feel partially responsible for this, so I'm going to step up and be there for my son now that he needs me.
Okay then, Jason. I really hope that your work understands the situation that you're in. In the meantime, your dad and I will make sure that Caleb is taken care of. You'll be in good hands, don't you worry about that.
Hey there, Donna. I'm really sorry I couldn't get to the phone before. I was just so busy. By the time I saw you had called, we were already getting ready to get on the plane, so I couldn't really call you back.
So, then I take that you messaging me now means that you've landed? Tell me, did you have fun on your trip? I really hope that you all were able to enjoy it.
Oh yes, it really was just amazing. It had been so long since the three of us had been able to do something like that as a family.
So then you really all enjoyed getting to travel together as a family?
Of course we did. It really was a great time.
Oh, well, isn't that sweet? I would love to see some photos of Caleb enjoying the vacation if you wouldn't mind sending me some.
Oh, I'm really sorry, Donna. I'm just not the kind of person that takes that many photos, you know? I have plenty of shots of the scenery and things that we saw, but I don't think I have a single picture with any of us all together.
So then you enjoy taking photos of the sights, but not the people that you're there with?
Sorry, is there something you're trying to say, Donna? If you have a point to make, I'd rather you just come out with it than string me along.
Okay then, I don't think that you're fit to be raising Caleb at all.
Excuse me? Just where is all of this coming from all of a sudden? How could you even say something like that to me about my own son? I'm going to tell Jason that you just said that.
Oh, if you think that's bad, you should check out what you've done. I mean, just how could you leave your 2-year-old son at home all alone to go and take a trip by yourself?
What do you mean by that?
Did you know that while you were away enjoying yourself, I got a very troubling call from Caleb? He told me that he was home all alone and asked if he could stay with me for a while until his parents got back.
Wait, what? You're kidding me. He really called you? No, that can't be right. You've got to be lying to me.
Do you really think that I'd lie to you about something like this?
Well, Caleb is only 2 years old. Just how is he supposed to know how a phone works? You expect me to believe that not only could he use the house phone, but that he had your number memorized?
You do remember that I included a little note in the package with the book that I sent Caleb, don't you? I wrote a little letter to him saying that if he ever needed to call me, he could reach me at my number, and I wrote it down for him. And then you left him all alone, and that's why he called me.
Donna, I'm so sorry about this.
So you admit that you left him all alone at home?
I'm sorry, I'm so tired. It's so hard being a mom. I really just thought that no one would notice if I left Caleb alone for a while and took some me time. I just needed rest.
I know that being a parent can be hard, but still, you can't just leave a 2-year-old child at home like that. And just who were you traveling around with anyways?
What kind of question is that? Jason and I went on that trip together. I was with him the whole time.
There you go, lying to me again. Do you really think that I didn't look into this anymore? I reached out to Jason after Caleb called me. Do you want to guess what he told me?
You mean that you already talked to Jason about this?
Of course I did. You think I wasn't going to call my son after I found out that my grandchild was left alone at home?
But I haven't heard anything from Jason about any of this. Why wouldn't he mention this to me?
I suppose it's because he wanted to take this chance to catch you cheating on him. After all, there's no way that you would have admitted to anything if you had just come home when Jason told you what happened.
Cheating? You think that I'm cheating? I was never doing anything of the sort. I just went and took this trip all by myself. I just needed some me time, that's all, I swear.
Clara, please, just give it up already. Jason has suspected that you were cheating on him for quite some time now.
You're kidding me. He's been on to me this whole time?
That's right. He told me that he saw you flirting with one of his coworkers while you didn't know he was there. And that ever since then you were always texting someone on your phone and then even changed your sense of style. Jason knew that something must have been up to make you act that way. At first he thought that he could win you back over by trying to charm you, but I guess it didn't work.
But I don't get what this has to do with me cheating on him.
Well, it has to do with you cheating because you left Caleb at home all alone to go on vacation with this other man, didn't you? But you didn't change any of your plans, just canceled Caleb's. So Jason knew exactly where you were going to be and asked a friend to go there and collect photos of you and this man.
Please, no. You don't understand. I was just so tired.
I know how difficult it can be taking care of the house and raising a child, trust me. I was in your shoes once and felt like I was being run ragged by life. But you can't let the consequences of that fall on your child.
I understand. You can go ahead and tell Jason everything that I've told you here.
Are you sure about that?
I feel like he already knows most of this, but you can tell him what we've talked about.
You know that this is probably going to end for you and Jason then, right? I hope that you'll do the responsible thing and hand over custody to him.
But I don't want a divorce. Wait, no, I've changed my mind. I love my husband and my child. I want to make this work. We don't have to split up.
I understand how you feel, but I really do think it's too late for all of that. I don't think that Jason is going to want to stick with you after all of this. The best thing that you can do is accept whatever comes next.
Donna, I can't seem to get a hold of Jason. Do you know where he is right now? Is he with you? Can you please tell him to call me so that we can talk about this?
I can talk to Jason myself, yes. But I don't think that he wants to talk to you at all. If you hear anything from him, it'll probably be through his lawyer. I really wouldn't expect him to call you or anything like that.
Donna, you have to do something to help me, please. I don't want to lose my family. I promise to never make a mistake like this again. You have my word. Can't you just help me convince Jason not to leave me? I mean, you're his mother. He'll listen to you if you talk to him. I can't even think about living away from my husband and son.
I really don't think that it's my place to do that for you. This is a problem between you and Jason, and you two are going to have to figure it out amongst yourself. But I think that even Caleb would prefer to be with his father. He says that you hardly spend any time at home at all. Caleb told me that during the summers, while his dad is at work, he's left at home all alone because you have to go run errands. Whatever that might mean.
I really do just have a lot that I need to get done. It's not like I'm leaving Caleb at home alone all the time just so I can go see this other guy.
Either way, I think that's for you and Jason to talk about. But after what you did, I'd be very surprised if anyone forgave you. If Caleb didn't call us, then he would have been all by himself for a little over a week. How can you say that you care about your child when you did that to them? And if you're upset because Caleb is talking back more, then maybe it's because you're hardly in his life these days.
You're right. I'm so sorry. I never wanted this to happen.
And to top it all off, Caleb told me that you even told him not to say a word about being left at home alone to his dad. He told me that you told him that if he says anything to Jason, that Jason would leave the house and never come back. How could you threaten your own child like that? Anyways, I don't have anything left to say to you. After that, Clara tried calling Jason over and over again. When she finally did hear back from him, it was through his lawyer explaining the divorce process. Clara dragged her heels every step of the way, but finally the divorce was settled about 6 months later. In the end, Clara had to pay for her affair, child support, and alimony. Jason got custody of Caleb and moved back in with his father and I as he got over the divorce. We have no idea what Clara is up to because Jason refuses to have her be part of his life anymore. And although Caleb may want to rekindle a relationship with his mom in the future, Jason is choosing to keep them apart for the time being.
Aubrey, I heard the big news. Is it true that my parents are really going to move in with you? Hey there, Harriet. Yeah, it seems like that's what's happening. They're planning on moving in about 6 months from now. I see, but that must mean that your new house is coming along well then, right? You must be so excited for that. I guess so, but was there something about that you wanted to talk about?
Nah, not really. I'm just saying that things must be going really, really well for you in life to be doing all of this, right?
Well, sometimes I don't feel that way.
I know, but you're doing well enough to be living with my parents, right? I don't know about you, but I would just hate to have to live with my in-laws. I'm impressed that you're letting my parents in with you so easily.
Yeah, well, your feelings are very understandable as well, though. It takes all kinds, and I'm just happy to help in any way that I can. And besides, your parents aren't so bad. I get along with them well, and I'm actually kind of looking forward to having them around.
So I guess you still haven't really figured it out then, huh? Sure, my parents might seem nice when you get to visit them, but they are just the worst to live with. Trust me, you'll see what I mean. But they fight at home all of the time.
Sure. But it's not like I'm expecting everything to go 100% smoothly. I'm sure that we'll have plenty of disagreements now and then too.
You really are a glass half full type person, aren't you, Aubrey? I would divorce my husband in a heartbeat if he even suggested that his parents come and live with us. Speaking of my Eric, he's been just so awful to me lately. Want to hear about it?
Did something happen between the two of you?
Well, you know how I'm always working so hard to make sure that our son is being raised right? Eric told me that he didn't think I was doing enough around the house, even though he knows how busy I am with little Sam. Isn't that just horrible? I mean, I am doing all that I can for this family, and it's never enough for him.
Yeah, I imagine you must have had your hands quite full already with Sam. I mean, he's only 3 years old. It's not like you can really take your eyes off of him that long. I don't think I'd like being told that I wasn't doing enough around the house either, to be honest.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, right? I mean, you don't even have kids, and even you can understand where I'm coming from. I just don't get why Eric can't see things from my point of view. I mean, the whole reason the house gets so messy is because of Sam. But he still blames me when the place isn't spotless when he gets back from work. He thinks he knows much better than me, and it just makes my head spin.
Well, have you ever considered asking Eric to do a little more in terms of taking care of your kid? I mean, maybe he could take Sam off your hands now and then and help you out that way. I have friends that are pretty good at splitting the housework and childcare between them and their partners, and they said it helps a lot.
Yeah, we're already doing that though. Eric already does watch Sam on his days off.
Oh, I see. and he still doesn't think that you have your hands full dealing with him?
I have no idea what that man is thinking. I mean, I see that he watched Sam, but he just sits in the same room with him while he plays on his phone. So I guess we just have different understandings of what the phrase take care of means.
Maybe you should really sit Eric down and tell him how you feel about all of this. I mean, it sounds like he might just be really exhausted from work. Maybe you two should discuss how you both feel about all of this.
Are you really trying to take Eric's side in this after all that I've just said to you?
Wait, what? No, I'm not trying to take anyone's side at all. I was just saying that as husband and wife, it might be good to tell each other how you feel.
And just what would that accomplish, huh? I knew I shouldn't have even brought this up with you. You don't even have kids, so what would you know? Whatever, just forget I even ever mentioned this. Got it?
I'm really sorry that I said something wrong. I was only trying to help.
If you really want to help, then you could take Sam off my hands for a while. I mean, it's not like you ever leave the house anyways, right? It shouldn't be an issue for you.
I am in the house most of the day, yes. But I work from home, and so I'm actually quite busy. I really don't think I could take him.
But you could just keep an eye on him in the house, right? I think it'll be fine. Just put the tablet in front of him, turn on some videos, and it'll all be okay. I mean, you're only working from home. The work can't actually be that hard.
Harriet, I just really don't think I would feel okay taking my eyes off of Sam to do my work if he was here.
Please, Aubrey, I really need this. You don't understand. Anytime I ask my mom for help with Sam, she always has some excuse for why she'll be busy, ready to go. You're the only person that I can come to about this.
Well, maybe I could look after Sam sometimes, but not all the time.
Great, thank you so much. I'll bring Sam over tomorrow around noon then, okay?
Hey, Harriet, I was just curious about when you were going to come and pick up Sam.
Oh yeah, sorry. I won't be able to make it to your place today. Maybe you could just watch him for me just a little bit longer.
And just how much longer is a little longer going to be?
I don't know. I don't really have time to think about that right now. Sorry.
What do you mean? Is something going on? Why is it that you can't come and get Sam?
Well, the thing is that I'm thinking of leaving Eric.
You want to divorce Eric? What happened between you two?
I just can't stand living with him anymore. Not only that, but I'm pretty sure that he's cheating on me with another woman.
Wow, that's so horrible. I know that I've only met Eric a few times, but he always seemed like a stand-up guy. I never imagined that he would have it in him to do something like that.
I know, but those guys are exactly the kind you have to be careful of when it comes to cheating. And things have just been getting so tough for me that I can't think of anything that would work but divorce. I want to make him pay for betraying me like this.
That's awful. But do you have proof of his cheating that you could use in a court case if you wanted to charge him for cheating?
I'm actually working on gathering that right now.
Oh, so you don't have proof of what he's doing? Then, do you mind if I ask what makes you think he's cheating on you?
Well, he told me that he wanted to get a divorce. I can't think of any other reason he would want to leave me unless he was cheating.
Yeah. I wonder about that.
So anyways, that's what's going on over here and why I need you to look after Sam for a little while longer.
I see. Have you mentioned any of this to your mom at all? Maybe she might be able to help you.
I haven't told her anything about this yet, so don't go mentioning anything to her, okay? Also, Eric told me that he is going to challenge me for custody of Sam, so don't give Sam to him no matter what he says.
Maybe I should mention this to your brother. He also wants to know why we've been watching your son for so long.
You can tell him that. Just make sure that Mom doesn't find out at all, okay? I need this to be a tight secret until I get the proof that I need.
Sure thing. But are you sure that this is what's best for Sam? Leaving him here with me like this?
You think that I want to stay with a husband who wants to leave me? I can't stand him and he can't stand me. He thinks he can just stab me in the back like this? Oh, Aubrey, it really is so hard when you have a kid. There are sometimes I wish that Sam was never born.
Hey now, Harriet. I don't think it's fair for you to put this on Sam. It's not like he did anything wrong.
You just don't get it, though. You have no idea how hard it's going to be to remarry with a kid.
I suppose so. But if that's what you're most worried about, then why not let Eric take Sam?
Because if he does that, then I wouldn't be able to squeeze Eric for child support. If anything, I would have to pay him, and that's not how this is going to work.
Right. Well, as long as you're doing this all for the good of Sam.
And just who do you think you are to say that to me, huh? You don't even have kids of your own, and you're going to tell me what to do and don't need to be doing? You have no idea what it's like to be a mom going through a divorce.
I'm sorry, Harriet. I really wasn't trying to tell you what to do at all. I just worry about how this is all going to affect Sam.
Well, that's for me to worry about, so don't you sweat it. Your job is to keep Sam for me and stay out of my way. Got it? Tell that to my brother, too. Hey, Aubrey, you there? I was just wondering if you all had moved into your new place yet.
Hey there, Harriet. Yeah, we're working on it. Our stuff is arriving in boxes, and we're working on all of the unpacking right now.
Well, you might need to make sure that you have an extra room while you're doing all that.
What do you mean? Why would we do that?
Because it's official. Eric and I are getting divorced. We're still figuring out who is going to get custody of Sam, though. But I really can't see him getting it, if I'm being honest.
Oh, I see. So you're officially calling it then?
That's right. And I was thinking of moving back in with my parents after this, since I wouldn't be able to watch Sam all by myself. And since they're going to be living with you, that means you need to leave to make room for me.
Wait, what? I feel you skipped a couple of steps there. Why on earth would I move out of here?
Now, Aubrey, I wouldn't expect you to understand how hard it is to be a single mother. But you need to understand the importances of making sacrifices for family. I know that you're living with my parents, but I'm their real daughter, and I take precedence over you. Especially since I have a kid. That's why you need to move out, so that I can move in and take care of Sam. So actually, it's better that you don't even bother unpacking your bags and just keep on moving until you find a new place.
I'm a bit confused. Do you think that it's your parents who are letting us live with them?
I think that's exactly what's going on, and now that their daughter is coming home, you need to leave.
You do know that we're not living in your parents' house and that they sold it already, right?
Don't be silly, Aubrey. I know that they sold their last house, but I'm talking about their house that you're moving into now. That brand new house that my parents are living in. You can't just pretend like it's yours now, you know.
I'm not faking anything. This house doesn't belong to your parents, it belongs to me. I paid for it, and we're letting your parents stay with us.
You're telling me that you put up the money to build that new house? You don't honestly expect me to believe that, do you?
If you don't believe me, why not try asking your parents about it yourself?
Are you kidding me? Is the house really yours? I thought that my parents gave you the money for it.
Well, they didn't, and yes, it is mine.
I don't believe this. It's ridiculous.
Well, I'm afraid it doesn't really matter whether or not you believe me. But just know that I'm afraid there won't be any room for you to live here with us. And this isn't your parents' house, so you can't just ask Michael and I to move out for you.
Hold on a second. I just asked my mom, and she says that the house is really yours. I thought that you were just being a freeloader and leeching off of my parents this whole time.
Right, well, that was not the case at all. As for your divorce, I'm sorry that's happening, but you'll have to find somewhere else to live. Anyways, we have to get back to unpacking things here.
Wait just a second. What about Sam? He's still there with you, right? You're just going to leave me without a house and run off with my kid? You can't do that. Answer me right now, Aubrey. Aubrey, please. I need your help. I don't have much time. I tried going to your house, but no one was answering the door. Please, can't we just talk about this? I'm begging you here.
Harriet, you do realize what you did, don't you?
Of course I do.
So then you know why no one is going to be letting you into this house, don't you?
But we're family. You can't do this to me. Please, I don't have anywhere else that I can go. I need your help.
I mean, not only were you cheating on your husband, but you barely even took care of Sam. Instead, you just tried to get us all to blame Eric and even threatened to accuse him of cheating so that you could get money from him. Do you really think that we're going to let you in after all of that?
But I needed help. There was no way that I was going to be able to take care of Sam all by myself. I mean, if not me, you at least need to think about what's going to happen to Sam, right?
We were legally obligated to return him to you. But you do realize that there hasn't been a final decision about custody, right?
But the mom always gets custody of the kid. That's just how it goes. I see people talking about it online all the time. The dad almost never wins these kinds of things.
Perhaps, but I think that's only if the mother can prove that she takes care of the child well. You, on the other hand, I just can't see this going well for you is all. I mean, you even went to as far as to call the person you were cheating with over to your house. Not only that, but you neglected Sam and left him in our care for way longer than what was okay.
But I explained to you why I needed you to look over him. I was busy getting ready for the divorce.
But it was a divorce where you were the cheater. You told us that Eric was cheating on you, but it was the opposite. Instead, you used us to look over Sam so that you could scheme and keep your affair behind Eric's back.
Look, I'm really sorry that I lied to you, but that's all behind me now. Please, I don't know how I'm supposed to go on after this divorce. You do know that Eric is suing me for having the affair, right? I just don't know how I'm going to take care of Sam like this.
Well, I don't think that you'll have to worry about that, given Eric is probably going to end up with custody of Sam. So he'll take him off your hands and you can handle your own problems.
But that's only going to be temporary. I just know that once I'm back on my feet, that the court is going to hand over custody to me.
And just what makes you think that that's going to happen? I mean, you've proven to be a terrible mother for Sam. I know that it's the women who usually end up with custody, but I just can't see any responsible judge granting it to you. And given just how much time Michael and I were watching Sam, I just want you to know that we're going to be testifying in favor of Eric getting custody.
How could you do this to me? I thought that we were friends, but you're just betraying me. How could you take Eric's side over mine?
When it comes to this, it is not about taking sides for me at all. The only thing that I care about at all is that Sam ends up in a situation where he's going to be taken care of. That is clearly not with you, so we're going to support Eric. That's all.
Please, you can't do this to me. I really am sorry. I'm sorry about the cheating and lying and all of it. But it wasn't even like it was a serious affair. It's not like I loved the guy that I was seeing. Eric just blew it all out of proportion when he caught us.
Do you even want me to pretend like any of what you said has any value at all? Did you think that was going to change my mind? The point is that you cheated and neglected your child. Nothing is going to change that. And that's why everyone is so upset with you.
But I promise that I really am sorry about what I did.
Great, you can be as sorry as you like. But there are legal processes that are about to unfold as a result of your actions. In the end, you and Eric are getting a divorce and someone is going to end up with Sam. You told me yourself that the only reason you wanted Sam was to get child support money from Eric, but that you wished that you didn't have him otherwise. You think I could ever support you having Sam after you said something like that?
Please, I didn't really mean that. I was just so frustrated and I wasn't thinking at all.
Be that as it may, we're not going to be letting you in, and that is final. Your brother, your parents, and I have all talked, and we agreed that this is the line we're taking. So please, just leave us alone and accept what comes to you.
But Eric is trying to kick me out of the house. He says that I have to be gone by the end of the week. Where am I supposed to go?
That really isn't my problem at all.
But my parents are against me. My brother is against me. I have no one. Please, can't I just stay with you until I get back on my 2 feet?
No, we've already agreed that you aren't welcome here, and nothing is going to change that. Please stop trying to make yourself the victim here.
Why are you trying to take out your grudge against me like this?
What grudge? What are you talking about this time?
Well, I know that you've been taking fertility treatments because you haven't been able to get pregnant. So you've always been jealous that I was able to have Sam. That's why you hate me so much, right?
First of all, I never hated you because you had Sam. But I do certainly hate you now that I realize just how much you took him for granted. Second of all, those fertility treatments paid off because I'm pregnant now. I'm already 5 months into my pregnancy. I can't believe that you would even say something like that to me.
No, that can't be right. This isn't fair. Why do you get pregnant as my child is taken away from me?
If you want the answer to the second part of that question, you only have yourself to blame. You need to learn that your actions have consequences and that you brought this upon yourself. After that, the divorce process concluded and Eric was given full custody of Sam without any chance of appeal. Harriet also had to pay hefty legal fines as a result of the infidelity suit. On top of all of that, she was also ordered to pay child support to Eric. Harriet complained to the court that she didn't have any job and wouldn't be able to pay any of the fees. But her parents arranged for the family friend of Harriet to work in a hotel the friend managed. In the end, her parents weren't able to cut her out of their lives like they wanted, and instead had to watch her very closely at her new job. Even so, they refused to house her, and Harriet now lives in a tiny apartment where she goes to and from work, living on a shoestring budget as she pays for what she did.
Hey, Wendy. How's it going? I just wanted to ask what you thought about going out for dinner tonight. I think it's been a while since you and I have eaten out at a restaurant, and I heard that a chicken place that opened up downtown is supposed to be really good. I heard especially good things about their whole chicken specials and thought we could split one. Does that sound like something you'd want to do?
Hey, Jonathan. I'm really sorry that I didn't say anything earlier, but I'll actually be working tonight.
Oh, really? I thought that you said today was going to be your day off.
Yeah, it was supposed to. But I guess someone called out sick. So now I'm being asked to come in to cover the evening shift.
Oh, shoot, I see. But even then, you're not going to be working all night, right? I mean, once the store closes and you've cleaned up, then you should be good to go, right?
Yeah, but this night we're doing inventory. So I'll have to stay extra long, even after the store has closed.
Darn it, that stinks. But I feel like you've been working the evening shifts a lot more recently. I thought you told them when you started there that you were just looking to work in the daytime.
I did say that, but I've kind of come around to working at night. Besides, the pay and tips get better for the evening shift, which also helps a lot.
Well, I'm glad that you're able to make more money doing this, but I just worry that you're working a little too hard. I just thought that you were going to work to kill some of the free time that you were complaining about having.
Well, that is how it started. But I'm actually thinking about asking for more hours and going to full-time work.
Well, if that's something that you really want to do, then I certainly won't stop you. But I've just been a little bit worried about you lately. You just seem to be more dour than your usual self. Another reason why I suggested eating out was because I thought it might cheer you up.
Oh, I see. I guess you really do know how to read me well, don't you?
Well, I'd certainly like to think so. Is something on your mind? You know that you can talk to me about anything, right?
Well, it's about my mom actually, if you really want to know.
What's wrong with your mom? Is everything okay?
Please don't tell anyone else about this, but my mom told me recently that she has cancer.
Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, Wendy. That's just horrible. Did she say how far along it is?
It isn't so far advanced that it can't be taken care of, or operated on, or anything like that. But it's still just a bit worrying, and she's going to be getting treatment for it soon. I can tell you more about everything tonight in person.
Of course, yeah. I really am so sorry. I had no idea about any of this at all. Does this have something to do with why you're wanting to work so much more? Are you worried about having to help her pay for her treatments and stuff?
Pretty much, yeah. At this rate, I don't see how my mom is going to be able to keep working. She told me that she's going to quit her job soon, but that she'll still have to pay for the treatment somehow.
Wendy, why didn't you tell me about any of this sooner? You've been carrying this around with you all by yourself.
Well, I just didn't want you to feel responsible at all for any of my family's problems. I just thought that I'd be able to take care of this myself if I just worked harder.
I understand and really appreciate all of that, but we're family now. Your family is my family, and I am more than willing to help out if there's a need for it. You don't have to do this all by yourself, Wendy.
Jonathan, are you sure about this?
Of course I am. It's my honor to be able to be there for you and yours. We're going to take care of this together.
Thank you so much. I don't know what else to say but thank you. Maybe you could give me some money once a month and I'll add it to what I give to my mom to help her with her treatments?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Just how much were you thinking you would need?
Well, if it isn't too much, maybe you could give around $1,500 a month?
$1,500? That really is a bit of money.
I know it's a lot. I'm sorry if that's too much. Is it too much to ask for even $1,000 a month? I'm sure we could afford that if we could really save.
No, we can afford to do $1,500 a month. This is important, and if it's what your mom needs from us right now, then I can tighten my belt and make sure she gets the money she needs.
Thank you so much, Jonathan. You have no idea how much a relief this is for me.
You really don't need to thank me at all. I know that money isn't going to guarantee that your mom gets better, but if it's what we can do to help, then we should.
Okay, but now how thankful I am and how happy you've made me doing this. And please, just act like you have no idea about the cancer around her. I think my mom is still wanting to keep this to herself for now, and hasn't even told all her friends and relatives. So please, just be careful, okay?
Yeah, of course. Whatever your mom needs to be as comfortable as she can at this time. If she asks where you're getting the money from, you can just tell her about how you're working more hours or got a raise or something.
That's a good idea. Thanks again. You really do have no clue just how much of a weight off my shoulder this is.
You're never alone, Wendy. I'll always be there for you and your family, okay? I just wish that I could talk to her about this since it's so worrying.
You're right. I'll try and get her to open up to you soon about this. I don't want to be lying to my mom any more than you do.
And knowing you, I don't know just how long we'll be able to fool your mom about this.
And if we do have the chance to, I really would like to go that new restaurant with you. It sounds really good. But we'll have to set that aside for another time. I hope you have a good rest of your break and work day. Hey John, I know that you're at work right now, but I was wondering if you had a second to talk real quick.
Yeah, sure. I can text for a little bit. What's the matter?
Well, it's about my mom actually. Oh, this is really bad and I just don't know how to say it.
It's okay. You can tell me, Wendy. Is everything okay with your mom?
No, they're not actually. She got scammed for $3,000 by some guy online who said he had the cure for cancer.
Your mom paid $3,000 for a fake cancer cure? How could she fall for that? Surely she should have known better.
I don't know, I guess she must have been feeling really desperate at the time. But if there was a cure for cancer that cheap, then there's no way other treatments would be this expensive.
I can't believe she fell for something like that. She really must be taking this really hard.
I know, she paid for this medicine and it all's just weird herbs and teas and I don't know what we're going to do with all this.
I guess there's no way to try and get a refund for all of that either, right?
No, I already called the bank and they said that since we received products, we can't ask for our money back. My mom tried reaching out to the guy who sold her this for more details and he's not responding anymore.
I guess that means we can't really count on catching this guy for what he did then.
This is just so awful. How could someone do this to my mom? And what's my mom going to do now? She's out so much money.
Well, I can't say that I completely understand what your mom was thinking, but it's clear that she must be very scared about her diagnosis.
And that makes sense to me, of course. But she can't keep up like this, or else she'll run out of money. And it's just more frustrating because that's money that we were giving her to use on her real treatment.
I know, Wendy, but it's okay. Let's just take a step back and calm down a little. To your mom, that money wasn't wasted. And maybe it helped buy her some peace of mind at the time.
I know, but now the money is gone and all we have are these teas to show for it.
Yeah, I mean, I am kind of surprised that she would agree to pay that much money for something like that.
I guess she'll put it all on her credit card. But since she's not working, I don't know how she thought she was going to pay it off.
Right. Well, we can't have your mom collecting interest and falling into debt on a purchase like this. Maybe your mom could use her savings to pay the card off and we'll see what else we can do to help her.
I thought about doing that, but I don't think that she even has that much left in her savings.
Really? That kind of surprises me, actually. I would have thought that your mom was better about saving money.
Me too. I always thought that she was putting a little aside for her future. Not to mention the fact that she'll be getting her retirement in a few years. But I just thought that she has more saved up.
Right, okay. Well, if that's the case, then I think we can cover that purchase for now.
You mean that you'll pay off my mom's credit card debt?
Well, I don't really see what other choice we have at the moment. It's just better to get that cleared off her account as soon as possible. It would make things more difficult for all of us if that debt was just left to grow.
Are you sure about this? I mean, it was a mistake that my mom made by herself. You shouldn't have to do this, John.
Wendy, really is okay, I promise. Just maybe try and tell your mom to not do anything like that again, okay? We can't afford to keep covering for her like this.
Okay, John, thank you so much. I'll make sure my mom knows that this can't happen again if she wants to count on our help.
You don't have to apologize for her, Wendy. Just try and be there for your mom while she's going through this, okay? And let's remember to be patient with her because she's the one going through all of this.
You're right, John. I do need to cut her some more slack. You really are such a kind and caring man, do you know that? I feel so lucky to have you in my life.
Well, I really do feel the same exact way, Wendy. I'm glad we're going through this together.
I know, but I still feel like I've dumped all of this on you at once.
It's not like that at all. We're married and you know that you can always come to me for help like I know I can go to you. Even just being with you makes me happy.
You mean that? Just being around me makes you happy, John? I guess that means I don't have to worry about anything else but existing then, right?
That's not quite what I meant, but I am more than happy to handle this all for you if you want.
Wait a second, you mean that? I would think you would get mad if I just didn't contribute anything at all.
Maybe most people would, but you know that you're my weakness. I would probably let you get away with just about anything.
Jonathan, I don't know what to say. You really are such a sweetie, and I'm really so lucky to have you.
Yeah, I guess you kind of are, aren't you?
Okay, don't get too carried away there now. Anyways, I'm going to be visiting my mom tomorrow. I'll give her the money and tell her she has to be more careful. I'll make sure she understands that this can't happen again.
Thanks for doing that. I guess that means you won't be getting home till late that day, right?
Yeah, it's about 2 hours in there and back from my mom's place, so...
Got it. Well, why not just spend the night over at her place? No need to run yourself ragged running around like that. Besides, I'm sure that your mom would love to have you over for a couple of nights.
Well, I don't have any work the day after, so I guess that could work. If I just could come home that night.
No problem at all. Just let me know what you're going to do. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to be leaving for a work trip next month.
Oh, really? How long are you going to be away?
I think it shouldn't be longer than a week.
Got it. And that reminds me, sorry for talking up too much of your time while you're at work.
It's no problem at all. I'm actually taking off a couple hours early anyways.
Got it. I'll think of something extra special for dinner, so look forward to that.
Hey, Wendy. I was just wondering if you had a little time to talk to me.
John, I was just thinking of messaging you. But then your message popped up as soon as I opened my phone. Isn't that funny? Anyways, I really miss you. How's your business trip going? Did they put you in a good hotel?
Actually, yeah. The hotel is pretty nice for once.
Well, that's good to hear. You should send me some pictures of where you're at.
Of course. Anyways, how have you been lately? Is everything okay with you?
Well, actually, my mom has checked herself into the hospital for the time being. So I've been house sitting for her. I asked my work to give me the week off so that I could be with my mom while you're away on your business trip.
Oh, wait, really?
What do you mean, really? What's wrong with that? Should I not be with my mom at her house right now?
I just don't really see why you would need to be there with her when she's here with me right now. Also, she seems to have no idea why you think she might have cancer and seems to be pretty upset over it.
Hold on a second. You're with my mom right now? Well, that can't be right. What are you talking about?
I mean that your mom happened to be staying at the same hotel that my work is putting me up at. I was so shocked to see her walk in the lobby when I walked in. She was looking really healthy, so I asked her if she was feeling better and how her treatments were going.
Oh, really? Well, I guess that my mom must have just been lying to you. I told you before that she didn't want people to know about her cancer, right?
Right. Well, your mom is reading all of these messages and says that she's going back home tomorrow to talk to you. I also asked a coworker of mine to take care of things here, and I'll be going home the day after as well. It seems that we all have a lot to talk about.
John, are you really not going to come home today again?
I already told you that I'm not going to set foot in that house until you've gone.
Please don't be like this. I really am sorry. Can't we just talk this out?
And just what is there to talk about, Wendy?
I mean, you're not seriously going to divorce me, right?
Yes, I am actually. Not only were you cheating on me, but you lied to me about your mom having cancer. And on top of that, you used the money that I was giving for her treatments on dates with your boyfriend. I can't think of a single reason why I shouldn't divorce you.
Please, if it's about the money, I can pay you back. It'll take time a bit, but I just don't want you to divorce me.
You think it's just about the money? That's the last thing I'm thinking about. You lied to me and cheated on me. What makes you think I'd want to stay with you after that?
I think if we talked again, I might get you to rethink this. I really am sorry that I lied to you. I didn't mean to hurt you like this.
Somehow, I'm just not buying it.
Please, you know that even my mom said she never wanted to talk to me again. You're all I have left.
Well, I can't really say that I blame her. You made up a story about her being sick to extort money out of me so you could cheat on me.
But I've learned my lesson. I've stopped talking to that guy and I just want you back now.
You learning your lesson now is not going to make me change my mind about this.
But you know that I've only ever loved you. You're the nicest person I've ever met.
And you took advantage of that kindness and used it to betray me. I may be patient, but even I have my limits, and I don't enjoy being played with like that.
Please, you can't divorce me. How am I supposed to pay for the alimony or the money you're suing me for because of the affair?
Yeah, I suppose you probably should have thought about that before you did what you did. But I don't know you anything, actually. You've got some nerve even trying to ask me not to leave you.
I really am sorry. John, I promise that it'll never happen again. I swear it.
I know it won't happen again because you and I are getting divorced. I don't really see what else there is to say about the matter. I paid for your mom's cancer treatment when I was the one who had a parasitic tumor this whole time. After that, Wendy knew she had no other choice and went along with the divorce. Her mom and I found out that she was cheating when her neighbor called about some strange man coming and going from her house while she was out of town. I called in a favor from an old friend to look into this guy, and he quickly discovered that he was having an affair with Wendy, who thought both her mom and I were out of town. In the end, the two of them had to pay me a hefty sum for their affair that left Wendy penniless. She begged for her mom to let her stay at her house, but she refused. Instead, Wendy moved far away with what little savings she had left. Now, I hear that she is working multiple jobs just to afford a tiny apartment where she barely makes ends meet. Wendy's mom apologized profusely to me for the mix-up and even offered to pay me back the money I had thought was being given to her. I told her that it wasn't fair for her to do that and just moved on with my life. Months after the divorce, and although I'm still adjusting to the single life, I'm glad to at least know that I'm not being taken advantage of like I was with Wendy.